What do you wish the public knew about sex work or sex workers?
That's a tricky one. There's so much I wish they knew.
The biggest thing is that it's just work like any other job.
That it is just really a job. There isn't really more to it.
Whether it's, someone going to work as a nurse, someone going to a home office, the friggin' stock market, wherever the people working, it's the same sort of thing. It's just a job.
And having laws that recognise that as well is really crucial. People tend to focus on sex rather than work in that phrase.
I wish they knew how normal it was.
We do it because we love it, we enjoy what we do.
That it's a really, really empowering job.
That it's actually hard work.
You can have a good day at work, you can have a bad day at work.
Like, people like to put the blame on you and see us as hooker, looking for money and trying to buy Louis Vuitton bag.
First and foremost, people need to realise that sex workers are humans and we have feelings.
When people ask me what I do, I always have a bit of anxiety because you get judged really quickly. And it's like, I just wish people had more of an open mind when we talk about this kind of work.
And yeah, we're not all addicted to drugs or failed at school or have no other options. Like, I'm actually doing it because I love what I do.
Like, I've had chats with people who have been like, they almost feel guilty sometimes because they enjoy what they're doing. And that's kind of like the perk of being in this industry and being your own boss. It's not how it used to be, where it was like people scrounging on the streets, like selling their bodies because they had literally no other option.
I wish people were a bit more educated with the industry. So instead of thinking it's this kind of like prostitution, which is, it's stigmatism and stuff, or drug-ridden / dirty industry, that's what I probably don't enjoy hearing. So if anything, I would just like people to be a bit more clued up in the sense of it's an actual business. You pay your taxes, your money goes into the bank.
Everyone to an extent knows someone or knows a sex worker. They're so common, they're everywhere in every walk of life. They've been around for centuries and centuries. It's the oldest job in the book. So, it's not a big deal. We all do it. We all do the sex, so.
Most of those women are actually very clever and have like a plan, and most of them will do this part-time job because they are looking for to feed their child or like to spend time to have more time to study at university.
And we are breakable, unfortunately, even though we're in a career where people think, oh, we're indestructible, they have sex and money all the time and I can throw them around and they'll bounce back. No, we don't quite bounce back. Sometimes we need a few days off. So
a lot of people think it's like an easy way to just get money as well, and we don't respect ourselves, especially now in like what we're going through in the world and we're losing jobs and stuff like that. We need to survive too. So before you judge, listen to why we're doing what we're doing. You know what I mean?
This isn't like, I feel like some people do know this, but there's a lot of people that come into my workplace and don't realise that we don't get an hourly wage and that we only get paid through the money that they give us for dances. Some guys will come in and get really overwhelmed by the amount of girls that are flocking to them and like being like somewhat pushy, but it's like some people maybe have just made $50 that night and they're not going to make any more money. So yeah, they're like, oh, I just paid entry and now you're coming to me asking me for a dance, and it's like, first of all, that's my job. And also, we don't get paid an hourly wage. I think that's something that commonly annoys me.
I think the biggest thing that people need to know about sex workers or sex worker industry in general is the fact that we're people like everybody else. They'll see from a show like Sex and the City, or they'll watch Queer as Folk and they'll think, oh yeah, every gay guy acts that way. Every sex worker is a street worker. And they don't think or feel the same feelings that I do as a person because that's who they are. But in reality, we've got emotions too, and we think and feel the same, and we bleed the same way as everybody else.
So I wish people would know that there is more in us than being a stripper, having this label of being a hooker or being a stripper.
I'd like the public to know that we are just like everyone else.
It's just a job. It's work. You can enjoy it, you can not enjoy it, you can switch off and go to your job, and that's it. But sex work is just like any other job.
Hey, my name is Daniel Dalloway. I produced this mini-series. I'd first like to give a big thank you to everybody that agreed to be interviewed for it. I couldn't have done it without your support. If you'd like to watch the uncut interviews, head on over to Patreon. Otherwise, subscribe on YouTube or follow on Instagram, whichever you prefer. And I'll see you for the next episode, which will be hopefully in a week. All right, see you later.